I've been in the industry now since 1993, so almost 20 years. What made me become a real estate agent, it was just a calling, truthfully. I grew up in an environment, my parents were first generation here from Greece, and they owned their first home. Basically three families, my parents and aunts and uncles, bought a quadplex. They all lived in the lowest level and rented out the top 3 levels. And the philosophy was, if you own your own home, nobody will ever tell you what to do with your life. So that's how I grew up. When I got out of McGill, though, I got attracted into the high-tech electronics world. And good salary, good perks, good benefits, and I went, sure! And then a few years later, realized I was miserable. And I decided, that's it, this train has got to stop. So I jumped off, leap of faith, got into real estate. In 1993, the market had crashed. My parents thought, are you nuts? But I haven't looked back. It's been absolutely wonderful. When I bought my first house, one of my cousins who loved me was in real estate and said he was going to help me buy my first house. And he did everything wrong. I bought a lemon in a bad neighborhood, paid more than I coulda, shoulda, woulda, but nevertheless I got into a house, and for that I will thank him. But that experience taught me that there's got to be a better way. So every single family I meet, that plays in my head. It's a family. It's a 2-part deal. Yes, it's an investment, but it's a family. So the education process for me is huge. And I'll take the time and go through what they're trying to achieve, both monetarily as well as lifestyle-wise. And then we'll look at the pros and cons. And I'll always tell them the cons. And I would gladly walk away from a house that's wrong than move forward because it's easy. And I think that's what makes me really love waking up every morning. There's so many TV shows on right now that, you know, let's show you your house, isn't it pretty, and let's decorate it, and off you go, and here are the keys, have fun. And there's all that stuff that happens in between. In general, people don't really know what all that stuff is. But there's so many issues. This is the biggest investment anyone will ever do in their lives. And there's 2 parts to that investment. One is financial and the other is emotional, lifestyle, your family, your kids. How do you protect yourself? How do you know what you don't know? This is what I do 24/7. I've seen it all. I have seen mold that has been hidden so well, and if we hadn't put a condition in there to allow us to remedy it, they would have had to spend in excess of $80,000 on their own to fix it. And as it turned out, the seller paid $67,000. They still got the house they wanted, but they went in with their eyes open, and the mold is no longer a problem, and their young kids won't have any issues. That's just one example. The paperwork, the legality. We are so governed as an industry. Realtors are probably the most governed profession out there because it's huge amounts of money dealing with a personal life of the general public. We wouldn't be so governed if it wasn't really important to protect people in general. If you could be any animal in the world, what would it be? I can't be contained in one creature. There's no way. There are times where I would consider myself a lioness. Don't mess with my family, don't mess with my clients, don't mess with my reputation. I'll take you down. But the rest of my world isn't like that. The rest of my world, I'm a monkey, insatiable curiosity, a little bit of mischief. And then I have the soul, I think, of a dolphin. If it isn't fun, then why are you doing it? So I think that kind of, if you can get all of those, then you get Angie.